Sui Osoi Watashi wa Nanun Igosum. I am Chris, and this is Chris in English. And today, I want to know, how much does it cost to visit your country? If I wanted to visit you in Switzerland, how much would I have to spend for, say, lunch? If I wanted to go to Berlin and see my students there, how much is dinner? If I were in Spain visiting my students, what's my hotel going to cost? Things are expensive here in the United States, especially in San Diego, but today I am going to teach you set phrases for talking about cost and price, how much things are. That's our grammar for today. What else are we going to do? Well, we're going to say hi and happy October. It is October now, October 1st. The spooky season. October 1st, the first day of October, the beginning of Halloween. Yes, it's that time when we'll start seeing pumpkins and jack-o'-lanterns, spider webs, ghosts. Maybe I'll even learn to say ghost in some more languages. I can say ghost in many languages, right? For example, I can say ghost in Arabic, Faisal. Shabbat! Shabbat! Geist! Nemo! Geist! Happy October, guys! It's the spooky season here in the United States. Our question today, how much does it cost to live in your country? How much does it cost to visit your country? That's what I want to know. Today we're going to talk about phrases for prices and costs. But first, I want to tell you about a great sports rivalry. I promised a sports rivalry today. I'm going to give you a sports rivalry. Today is the anniversary of a great boxing match. One of the greatest boxing matches of all. It's called the Thriller in Manila. And this was a boxing match between two very famous American boxers. On one side, you had Joe Frazier, who at one point was the heavyweight champion of the world. And in the other corner, you had the greatest of all time, Muhammad Ali, also the heavyweight champion of the world. Thriller in Manila was their third fight. In the previous two fights, the first fight, Joe Frazier won that fight. In the second fight, Muhammad Ali won that fight. And so now we have the grudge match, the deciding match. The question of the day is, how much does it cost? If I wanted to visit Switzerland, Nemo, how much would it cost? How much would a month cost me? How much is my hotel? How much is my lunch? How much is my dinner? How much money is in my pocket for that museum? I would say in San Diego, if you wanted to spend a week in San Diego, you could have a nice week for about $1,000. Let's call it $1,500. Let's call it $1,500. That's about $100 a night for your hotel, and the rest is for fun and games. How much in Switzerland? How much in, I don't know, Jeddah? If I visited Jeddah, how much would it cost? That's what I want to know. But the Thriller in Manila, oh my goodness. Muhammad Ali and Joe Frazier did not like each other. Oh my goodness. Rivalry is the word we use when teams or athletes like to play or fight against each other. It's called a rivalry, but Joe Frazier and Muhammad Ali maybe had more than a rivalry. They maybe had a sincere dislike of each other. So this was more than a sporting event. This was more than a boxing match. This was a grudge match. They wanted to fight and beat each other. The fight went 14 rounds out of a total of possible 15. It was slated to be 15 rounds, but it went 14 rounds. In the 14th round, Muhammad Ali came out punching. It was his best round against Frazier, and Frazier was staggered. The manager, Joe Frazier's manager, came out after the round and told the referee, we're not going to fight anymore. Joe Frazier was upset. He wanted to keep fighting, even though it was a horrible round for him. He wanted to keep fighting, but his manager and the referee said, no, this fight is over. Muhammad Ali won. That's the Thriller in Manila, one of the most exciting boxing matches in the history of the sport. I'm not a big boxing fan. I'm not a big blood sport fan. But I am a Muhammad Ali fan, the greatest of all time. All right, that's our fact of the day. Let's get to what you guys were waiting for. I know why you're here. You are here for the word of the day. And I hope this word does not scare you too much. I hope this word doesn't scare you. I hope you're not frightened of this word. Is that a hint? Is that a clue? Is that information that could help you find out what our word of the day means? Why, yes, of course it is. Because our word of the day today is a noun. Yeah, our word of the day today is a noun, not a common noun. It's a good word. It's a great word, and I hope you find a way to use it. But this isn't a word you'll see every day or every week or every month. This is a once a year word. Our word of the day today is, I'm getting an answer to our question of the day. How much would it cost a week or so in Switzerland? Depends always on your living standard, of course. Of course. I'm medium. I don't need the Ritz-Carlton, but I also don't want to sleep in a tent for a week in Switzerland. I'd say a quarter more of the prices than in San Diego. So I take what it would take in San Diego, about $1,500. Add another $350 or so. So let's round it off. Let's say $2,000. $2,000 for a nice week in Switzerland. Of course, you gotta fly there too. You can't swim to Switzerland. Did you know that? From San Diego to Switzerland, you can't. But here's our word of the day. Our word of the day is a noun. It is poltroon. A poltroon. A poltroon is a coward. A person with no bravery. A person with zero courage. You know that person who sees a mouse and they run away from the mouse? That's a poltroon! Yeah. You know that person who sees someone being attacked in the street and they could help them, but they walk away? That's a poltroon. A person who is cowardly, with no bravery. Evil. Evil can exist in our world when poltroons fail to act. That's a sentence using poltroon. Evil can exist when cowardly people don't do anything. Evil can exist. Here's your spelling for poltroon. P-O-L-T-R-O-O-N. Poltroon. Plural, add the S, poltroons. One poltroon, many poltroons. Here you go. Most people helped others escape from the burning building, but one man, a real poltroon, pushed people out of the way to save his own life. This is one reason I hate poltroons. Poltroon, that's our word of the day. A coward. A person with no bravery and no courage. Do you have a sentence using our word of the day? I hope you do. I hope that you write your sentence right here where I'm pointing in our comment section. I'd love to see your sentence and read it to the world. If you want to learn more words of the day, if you want to learn more interesting facts like the thriller in Manila, please visit the website, ChrisinEnglish.com. We've got grammar, we've got vocabulary, we've got reading, we've got all sorts of things that you can use to help you practice your English. And I hope you do, because I like speaking English with you. ChrisinEnglish.com. Here's your election news for the day. Stability. 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 That seems to be the watchword for the race, the election race for President of the United States. The polls remain pretty much unchanged. Of course, this depends on who you ask. Today, we're getting our numbers from CNN Poll of Polls. 51% of the people seem to be favoring Joe Biden. Just over half. Which you would think, well, what does that mean? That's just over half. Is that really winning? Well, 43% of the people are in favor of President Trump. So it isn't 41 versus 49, it's 41 versus 43. And it's been like that Those numbers have been around that area for pretty much this whole race. This is stable. This isn't moving. President Trump had a job to do during the debate on Tuesday, and that was to move the numbers. He failed. It seems some of the people who watched the debate, they started talking to the media yesterday. It seems that people don't want their country to be run by a blowhard or a bully. They don't seem to want a president who is unwilling to say that racism and white supremacy are maybe not good. And I ask the question, how can voters become educated if politicians want to bloviate? Ooh, there's another good word, bloviate instead of leading. Bloviate means to talk and talk and talk and not say anything meaningful. That's where we are. Next Tuesday is the vice presidential debate. That's the next big thing happening in the election. I'll keep you up to date on that. And of course, if you have any questions at all about the election or American government, please ask. Please. I love this stuff. I love talking about it. I love sharing it with my students. Because I love my students. Ooh, it's a good cup of coffee this morning. How much does it cost to live in your country for a week? I would say if you wanted to live in San Diego for a week, it would cost you about $1,500. That would be on a budget. You wouldn't get to do everything, but you'd get to do a lot. You'd have a nice hotel, you'd get some nice meals, you'd get to see some things like the zoo, Balboa Park, maybe even take a trip up to Los Angeles. There are a lot of phrases we use in English to talk about how much things cost. These are set phrases, which means the vocabulary doesn't really change in these sentences. If you want to say these ideas, these are the words and phrases that you will use. This is the United States, so we talk about money and cost and price a lot here. Here are some of the better phrases that we have to talk about how much things cost. It cost a fortune! A fortune. Fortune, noun, is a great word. It means a great amount of money, a great amount of wealth. A fortune. If we say something costs a fortune, we mean it costs a heck of a lot of money. A car costs a lot, but it doesn't cost a fortune. You know what costs a fortune? What costs a fortune? A space program sending people to the moon. That cost a fortune. Yeah. Wars. Why do we have wars? Wars cost a fortune. Literally, they cost national wealth. Sophia Sopapia, good to see you. I hope you're well. Our word of the day today is poltroon, a cowardly person, a person with no courage. And right now, we're talking about phrases that describe cost and price. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're happy and healthy, and I hope you're staying away from the stupid coronavirus. It cost a fortune is a phrase we use in English when we want to say something costs a heck of a lot of money. It costs an arm and a leg. Imagine if you wanted to buy something and the clerk said, okay, that will be one arm and one leg, please. You have to cut off your arm, you have to cut off a leg, you give it to the clerk, and you get your product. That's a big price, isn't it? Sophia's saying she is doing well. I'm glad. I'm doing well, too. I'm doing really well this week, Sophia Sopapia. My family's well, healthy, happy. I have a new student. I'm teaching a new student. That's always good. So, yeah, things are going well. Cost an arm and a leg. What is something that costs an arm and a leg? Cars. Yeah. Some cars are inexpensive. You can get a pretty good car in the United States for $12,000 new. But some cars are $100,000, and I read recently of a car that is $1.7 million. That costs an arm and a leg. That's a ripoff. That's a ripoff is used to describe a product that costs too much money. In fact, we think that it costs so much money that it's actually like stealing from someone. If I wanted to sell you a cup of coffee for $5,000, that's a ripoff. Coffee's like $2 tops. A ripoff. Something that is so overpriced, it's like stealing. I can't afford it is a phrase that I use a lot in English. Basically, I can't afford it means I don't have enough money. Afford is a verb we use to talk about whether or not we have or do not have enough money to buy something. If I can afford something, I have enough money. But if I can't afford something, for example, a car that costs $1.7 million, I would have to say I can't afford it. It's a bit pricey. That's a bit pricey is used to show that something is a little bit too expensive. It's a bit pricey. Look at that word pricey. We take the noun price, we add a y, and we have an adjective, pricey. If we say that something is a bit pricey, we mean it's a little bit over our ability to buy it. It's just a little bit too expensive for us. That's quite reasonable. That's quite reasonable. When we say that a price is reasonable or quite reasonable, we say it's a good price. It technically means it's a fair price, but most shoppers mean it's a low price. When we say it's reasonable, what we are really trying to say is, oh, it's a low price, so I really want to buy it. But technically what reasonable means is fair. It's good for the seller and good for the buyer. That's quite reasonable. It's 10% off. It's 15% off. It's 20% off. Sometimes you'll even see it's 50% off. That means you're going to get a discount on your price. And of course, the amount of the discount is the amount of the percentage. Very often you'll see stores just randomly giving 10% off on items. In San Diego, that means you won't pay tax and you'll get an additional 3% discount. Something like that. But hey, any discount is a good discount. That's a good deal. That's a good deal is similar to that's quite reasonable. What it means is the amount of money you pay is equal to the value of the product or service. It's a good deal. The value and the cost are about the same. When we want to say that we're getting what we're paying for, we would say, hey, that's a good deal. $2 for a cup of coffee? That's a good deal. That was a real bargain. If something's a real bargain, we mean we're getting it for an amount lower than we think it's worth. A good bargain, a real bargain. If my computer was supposed to be $1,000 and I paid $900, woo, I got a good bargain. If my car was supposed to be $25,000 and I got it for $4, that's a good bargain. But probably not a good car. We've got one more for you. A really good phrase for talking about how much something costs. It's dirt cheap. Dirt cheap. If something is dirt cheap, what we mean is it's very inexpensive. The price is very low. The price is so low you could buy it with dirt, with sand. It's dirt cheap. You know, you go around the world, you see dirt everywhere. Dirt is not expensive. Dirt is cheap. And so when we want to say that something is inexpensive, very inexpensive, we would say it is dirt cheap. Randy! Hello, sir! Happy Thursday. I hope you're doing well. Or should I say happy Friday Eve? Tomorrow's Friday. That means tomorrow we have our sports report with William. Oh, Friday's fun day. It's my favorite day of the week. We're going to have a sports report. We're going to have some fun with English. Oh, no grammar for you tomorrow, Randy. No grammar for you tomorrow. Tomorrow's just pure fun. Pure English fun. Today we were talking about set phrases that we use to talk about cost or price. It cost a fortune. It cost an arm and a leg. That's a ripoff. I can't afford it. That's a bit pricey. That's quite reasonable. It's 20% off. That's a good deal. It was a real bargain. It's dirt cheap. Hoo-hoo. These are good phrases. I hope you can use them in your English. Today we talked about our word of the day. Our word of the day today was poltroon. A coward. A person with no bravery. A person who is always afraid. Poltroon. P-O-L-T-R-O-O-N. It's a noun. Poltroon. Today we talked about the Thrilla in Manila, one of the greatest boxing matches in history between Muhammad Ali, the greatest of all time, and Joe Frazier. Pretty good in his own right. Happy October, everybody. We're in a new month. We're in the month of Halloween. Ooh, this is going to be a good one. This is going to be a good Halloween. What costume are you going to wear? Friday the 30th of October, I will be right here in some sort of costume. I hope you will be in a costume too. If you are, I'll put you on the show. All right, that's what I've got. Anybody out there have any questions for me? You can ask questions about grammar. You can ask questions about English, about boxing, about the United States, about the election, about California. What do you guys want to know? Remember, I'm a teacher. I know everything. Randy, I hope you're doing well, sir. I hope your family's well. I hope you're healthy and safe. I'm doing well in San Diego. I've got a new student that I'm teaching. My family is healthy. I'm making Sophia laugh, which always makes me happy. Hey, Sophia, maybe I'm going to go to the store today and get some percebes. I'm going to get me some percebes for my dinner. Aren't you jealous? Are you jealous? You better be. All right, my friends. Oh, she likes the percebes. For those of you who don't know, percebes are a kind of shellfish. I'm not sending you my percebes. If you want percebes, you have to come to San Diego and eat them with me. I'm not going to mail them to you. Better still, maybe I should come to Spain, and you can show me where I can get the percebes there. Let's see, who is that? Masapic. Hello, my Masapic. Oh, Sophia's coming. Percebes are good. She knows. She's on her way. Senderi is here, too. Oh, look, everybody comes at the end of the show. I'll stick around. Who has questions for me? Grammar, English, election, Star Wars, cartoons, tacos. We can talk about anything. What do you guys want to talk about? I know, Masapic. That's my mobby. Hello, my mobster. I hope you're well. Mobster, are you in Brazil? Are you back in Canada? Are you still taking photos? I hope you're still taking photos. Thank you, Randy. I will have a great day. I'm going to have a great day today. I'm going to teach my class. I'm going to go have lunch. Or actually, I guess we're having dinner. I'm going to have dinner with a friend. I'm going to watch some shows. Yeah. I'm going to have a great day. I hope you guys do too. All right. That's the music. And that means it's time for me to remind you all. Please check out the website, ChrisinEnglish.com. You can learn new words of the day. You can see lots of reading exercises. You can practice your English. I am Chris. I love you all. Go away. I'll see you guys tomorrow.